You're now watching This AFC South Show, brought to you by Curtis Podcast Network, hosted by Curtis Brown, Blake Bellamy, Isaiah Michelle, and Jeff Steckel. Hello, everybody, and welcome to This AFC South Show number 76 here on Curtis's Podcast Network. I am your host, Curtis Brown, and with me, as always, Jeff Steckel, Blake Bellamy, and Isaiah Michelle. Jeff is a Colts fan, as you can see by his hat. Blake, a Titans fan, and Isaiah is a Jags fan. I am the Texans fan, and together we are the AFC South Show. So if you are any sort of fan of these teams, you found the right spot for commentary from all angles of the division. We're in the hunt for 1,000 subscribers, so please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss any new content. We also have a like goal this episode. 22 likes gets us a new like record for the channel. So help us be a part of that. That'd be great. Also, merch link in the description, and you should check it out. Just do it. But let's get into some of these games. Also, happy Thanksgiving to everybody who's watching. We are recording it the night prior, so whatever. But
they don't have to know that.
I mean, I always put the date in the video anyway. We don't lie to our audience. We're straightforward. We're straight shooters. That's what we are. Anyway,
you can pay time and a half.
So we'll get into the games. We got 3 games coming up Thursday. Nobody's playing at any of those, thank God. But that means we can all just sit back and watch football and enjoy some mashed potatoes and green beans and corn on cob. What?
Or green beans.
But with that, let's get into the Sunday games. Tennessee is playing Cincinnati in what the fans are calling a revenge game. The players and the coaches, you won't hear them say it. You won't hear them say that this is a revenge game. But everybody knows this is a revenge game. If it's not a revenge game, I think everybody in the Titans locker room needs to have their pulse checked. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen. It should be a really solid game. I anticipate similar outings from the last time these two met. So with that, Blake, take it away.
It's a revenge game, man. At least it is for me. That last game was painful, man. January 22nd on my birthday. Get the family together. We watched playoff football with my new puppy. My puppy's first Tennessee Titans game was the divisional game, and they lost. It was rough, man. Tannehill threw 3 interceptions. First play of the game, first play of the second half, last play of the game. Rough outing. So I think he's going to come in with that on his mind. He played very well the last 2 games. 2 games ago in his first game back from his injury, he had 255 yards. Last week he had like 333. He's been throwing the football very well. He did have one really just bonehead interception against Green Bay, and he just totally didn't see the safety. And he does that a lot. Like, oftentimes he just doesn't. He has bad vision, which is not good for a quarterback. So as long as he plays well, I think if he plays well, if they throw the football, which is very different than what we normally say on this show, we just say run the damn ball.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Titans, they need to pass the damn ball. Because if you look at the offense on the other side, they're going to be throwing the damn ball. And if they complete a lot of them passes, they're always big chunk plays. You have to keep up with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, who looks like he's coming back, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, possibly Joe Mixon. So the Titans are going to need to score some points. I think the Titans are going to win this game. They're going to need to score at least 24. You don't need a big game out of Derrick Henry. We always, we overuse him. But he doesn't need to be the focal point. Last game, he had like 3.1 yards per carry, but his presence made a big impact on that game. And if we just use him, just get these, 3 or 4 yard runs, just play action, get Tannehill rolled out, and he can run. I know he's a little bummed ankle, but he can run the ball. You got to get Austin Hooper and Chigo Okonkwo involved in this game plan. Um, and I think honestly, just give the ball to these young athletes. Titans, it's looking like we have some good young players. We just got to give them the ball more. I think the offense should be all right. I do like this matchup. I do think it's going to be very similar outing than the last game. I mean, the Titans sacked Joe Burrow 9 times last time, and I wouldn't be shocked to see that again. There will be no Danico Autry this week, which is unfortunate, but Jeff Simmons is going to be there. It looks like Bud Dupree's returning. Malik Hooker's coming back, and so is Elijah Molden. So Titans defense, we're going to have some firepower out there. Christian Bolton, he's hurt. He has a hamstring. He didn't practice today, which is Wednesday. So the injury report is still early. Usually get a better indication by Friday. So we'll see what happens. If he doesn't play, I think that's going to be okay. It's not going to be the end of the world. But I like the Titans in this one. I really want to pick the Bengals logically. Like if I were betting, I'd probably bet on the Bengals. One reason why. Titans historically struggle against the Bengals. I couldn't tell you the last time Tennessee beat the Bengals. I want to say it was like 2013 or 14. They lost last year in the playoffs. The year before that, the Titans played them and just got destroyed by the rookie Joe Burrow. Before that, they had also lost, I believe, and it's a hard team. I don't know why, but the Bengals always have the Titans number. So if I was a betting man, I'd probably bet on the Bengals. I don't know what the spread is, but money line, I'd probably go Bengals. But I don't know. As a fan, I hope the Titans win, and I think because they are so hungry, I think the Titans could pull this one off. In our picks, I have Tennessee. That says anything.
Okay.
I do. I think that's my takes on Tennessee. However, Todd Downing got a DUI. I don't know if you want me to we should talk about that or hold on to that one. But
we talked about it, I think, last time. So
did you?
Yeah.
I had missed that podcast. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think Todd Downing, he could be playing a pretty good game, or at least similar game plans he did at Green Bay, because now he's really on the hot seat. So I think he might throw the football.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think they're gonna have to keep up, but I mean, it's not like Derrick Henry can't be, productive in that kind of regard. As long as they're efficient, I think they're gonna be okay. If Ryan Tannehill, doesn't throw but one, maybe even two of those picks in a divisional game, that game turns out a little differently.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think they're going to get pretty solid pressure on Burrow the whole time. I think, that's just been a problem since the beginning of, 3 seasons ago when he was a rookie or whatever. So, I mean, this game, it's a really weird matchup because it is. The strengths of each team complement the weaknesses of the other team. Like, you know what I mean? Like they definitely know how to exploit each other.
And that's why Tennessee just has to finish these drives. Because I do like the mismatch because like Tennessee, I mean, we lead the NFL in pressures, and we're also like one of the least amount. I think we're 28th in blitzing, so we're able to rush the front four. And this isn't a very good offensive line. Collins didn't play today, but I think it's an illness or a non-injury. But we'll see what happens with him. But this is not a very good offensive line. They let up a lot of sacks, and Tennessee has 3 players on this defense with 5+ sacks. So I do think, I don't know if it'll be 9, because I mean, it's hard to predict numbers, but I definitely think they're going to get a decent amount of sacks, if not a lot of pressures on him. So Joe Burrow, he can catch the ball deep. So, we have to limit these to quick passes. So play some tight man and just have a good safety over behind, maybe playing just cover 2 over there just to kind of get them. I can't remember what I was saying. Just to give some safety help, just because, you can't let Joe Burrow or Jamar Chase and T. Higgins get behind you, because it's going to be touchdown all day. They can score from anywhere on the field.
Yeah. Jeff, Isaiah?
Yeah, to answer your question, the Bengals are like 1.5 favorites, so it's not much.
Okay.
I think it was one of the few, if not the only underdog that I actually picked to go with the Titans. They're at home. I really like the matchup, like you were talking about. I think it'll be an interesting game. But the Titans' defense has been showing up, and that's what I'm really looking for. I don't think the Titans' offense is built to come back from the come back from a big deficit.
Yeah.
And their defense has kept them in it. So I see them winning. It won't be by much, but I actually do think the Titans will pull it off. Hopefully with Henry, because he's my fantasy running back.
I'm playing against Henry, so it's rough.
Very rare occasion, but I picked the Bengals, and
Wow.
Blake actually picked the Titans. So this is the first time that I've picked the other team, and Blake's picked the Titans. I think this might be like the first or second time I've even picked another team.
Yeah, you're consistent with the Titans. I appreciate that.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I feel like while yes, Tennessee does have a good pass rush and everything. I mean, Joe Burrow, the man gets hit every down. I mean, he's used to it. He showed last year that you don't need a no-line to get to the Super Bowl. You just need a number one wide receiver and a number two who could be a number one on basically any other team in the league. They have enough firepower if Mixon's, good to go, or, at least feeling pretty good.
I don't think he's going to make it. Do you know how many players? Do you know how many players this year have gone into concussion protocol and made it back within a week?
Only like 2 or 3.
It's one.
One? Oh.
Yeah.
Who was it? What
Yeah.
a baller, that guy.
Mm.
But yeah, so I mean,
Tua.
that's why big.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, he made it back
You're
in
coming back
the
in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
they called that one nerve damage, but
made it back.
it's because they damaged the center of the nervous system.
Yeah. But I mean, no. So I mean, I don't know. I still feel like the Titans secondary is their weakness as of right now. Of course, the offense isn't made to really blow the top off anybody. Would you shut up, dog? Jeez.
My
it
dog
is-
has been wailing in the background.
But I mean, they definitely need to get Henry going because they're going to overcommit to the pass if they see that they're trying to really force the pass with Ryan Tannehill. Now Treylon Burks is on the radar, so they're going to have somebody kind of watching him a little bit, maybe getting a little safety top or help over the top. I mean, it's still a decent young core with the Bengals. I feel like they'll be able to pull this one out, but it's really a game I can see going either way. I just think that they've got enough firepower in the wide receiver core to kind of take this one.
Yeah, I think it really kind of boils down at like the Bengals have much larger big play explosion ability. You know what I mean? Like I feel like at any moment they could hit 20 yards. The Titans, it's like if Derrick Henry doesn't do it, it's not happening. Unless there's a flea flicker.
Yeah, and Treylon Burks, he looked good. And yeah, Chigokonkwo. That's the guy to watch.
And Chig is good for like a 40+ yard reception a game.
Yeah, he gets 4 snaps, 3 catches, and like 60, 70 yards and touchdown. And like, all right, he's good. Take him out.
I mean, I think in the last 4 games he's had like a total of like 6 receptions.
Yeah.
And then
I know,
like
he averages like
40
yards.
yards. Yeah.
Yeah.
He always gets like 140+ yarder.
It's amazing.
He and one other tight end are the only I think it might be Waller. Maybe. Or no, it's him and Kelsey. It's him and Travis Kelsey are the only 2 tight ends that have no shit, it was Hawkinson. It was TJ Hawkinson because he had the 80-yard reception that he didn't score on. He and Chig are the only 2 tight ends this season to have 40+ yard receptions in multiple games.
Interesting.
Yeah. Sorry, it took me a second to remember that. Just all the names.
Good. He's been a disappointment this year, but that's another story.
Because he's 30 and they thought this man was about to like just now start his prime. No. All right. Anyway, let's move to the Jacksonville Jaguars playing the Ravens. Last episode, Isaiah mentioned an interesting stat about how if you beat the Carolina Panthers in a particular week, the next week you lose. Is that a thing that you said, Isaiah?
Teams that have beat the Carolina Panthers this year are 0-6 in the following week this season so far. There has not been a single team to beat Carolina that has beat the team they played the next week. Did they play a team like Jacksonville? Not exactly. That's not really the point. If we do win this game, of course, we'll be thanking Carolina. We're already, like I said in the last episode, pussy pals with Carolina. Couple of cats doing cat things,
Pussy
When it
pound.
boils down to it, I mean,
That's
we
for
have
you.
we have an athletic enough defense to contain Lamar enough for him to have to pass a little bit more than just his first instinct being running. When you have a dude like Trayvon Walker, who's 6'5", 270, 260, and can run a 4.5, that's troubling for a running quarterback because you can't just run straight to the edge on his side. Which the greatest part about everything so far is like Mahomes and all these guys that have really big plays. They're not running the Trayvon Walker side. They're waiting until Josh Allen loses contain, and then they're just walking to the sideline for 15 yards up the field. It's wonderful. Love that guy. Hope he gets re-signed to a veteran minimum.
Mm.
It's just we have a good enough defense in terms of speed. Tyson Campbell's playing well. Monteric Brown's been playing well. Bye week, no big rumors. They're saying Shaq Griffin could potentially come back, but I wouldn't put him in, within a 10-foot radius of the actual field. He's bad. We just need to get rid of him. Lamar Jackson's fast. His team doesn't trust him to throw the ball, though. I mean, it's really apparent with the way that they run their offensive scheme. They're a run-first team. They don't trust Lamar past about 10 yards, and it's very apparent when you watch them play. They take no deep shots. When they do, it's like once a game to Andrews or, one receiver that somehow gets out. Then Lamar underthrows him by 10 yards, but he's got 20 yards of open. So, Andre Cisco had a really good come out game against the Chiefs. He played really well, had a couple breakups, had that big hit on Juju, clean as can be. It's just that they're starting to come out. Our young players are playing well. Trayvon Walker's continuing to get pressure, but of course, the problem with an instinctual athletic freak of a pass rusher is that his entire life he's been able to just bull rush everybody into the ground. And so whether he wants to teach himself pass rush moves or not, his body just automatically goes instinct and just goes straight to the bull rush, which is affecting us. Less pressures. So he doesn't have time because our secondary sucks. Darius Williams continuing to play outside is definitely going to help with that. But I think we can beat the Ravens. Honestly, I don't think their defense is as good as it's been in the past couple of years, but it's still good enough. But it's in Jacksonville. We found a couple of rats in the stadium, so we gotta defend TIAA Bank's honor this weekend. I'll be there. I'm gonna be in the north end zone, row Q, so I'm gonna be pretty close to the field with some of my boys. I'm hoping we can win, so I can rub it in my Ravens fan friend's face, But no, really, I think it is a winnable game. We just got to negate Lamar scrambling, and Trevor Lawrence needs to continue to build on the solid 2 performances he's had in a row. Not turning the ball over, 2 touchdowns in the last 2 games each. ETN needs to have a big day. I just think if we can kind of have our defense actually live up to how our offense is playing, which is really weird to be saying as a Jacksonville fan, I think we can definitely win this game.
I don't mean, I could see crazier things happening, honestly. I mean, the Ravens have had some interesting just complete collapses in games this season. They're the only team that all of their losses have been like games where they led by double digits. So I definitely think they're ripe for the picking. It's just a matter if the Jags can play clean and play efficient, running the ball a healthy amount with ETN. I can see this happening.
Speaking of which, we picked up Darrell Henderson today, and he's healthy. Off the Rams, they got rid of him. So he's somebody that can also come in and take some snaps and do some of that power stuff that ETN and Hasty especially weren't really doing. But that's going to help take a little bit of a load off of him. I forgot about that.
Hey, that's cool though. I wonder if Melvin Gordon's going to play again.
Doubt.
5 fumbles this season, gets waived by the Broncos. So
Colts will probably take a swing on him.
Hey, bro.
The 7 fumbles.
The most fumbles in NFL history by an offense. Whenever you guys pick him up, him and Matt Ryan combined have to leave the history.
That'll be a fun game.
There would be a play where they both fumble on the same play.
Yeah.
Like
the fumble Rooski.
Yeah.
Like what is it? Flea flicker, but Melvin Gordon fumbles it. Matt Ryan gets sacked and fumbles it again.
Yeah, essentially. But Jeff, you got anything for this Jags game?
Yeah, Lamar Jackson's my fantasy quarterback, and he hasn't been doing much for me, and it's starting to irritate me. Like I have some trade offers, and I didn't take them, and now I'm kind of regretting it. But even against the Panthers, he didn't really do shit until he had a rushing touchdown, and that's pretty much all his game depends on now. He doesn't really have any weapons to throw to except Andrews, and I think he's been banged up.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's playing, but I know he's been hurt. But I still don't see the Jaguars winning this. The Ravens' defense has been better. I mean, they haven't been great, but they've been better. But I just see like Lamar Jackson just being a little too much for the defense.
yeah.
I think the Ravens are going to take it.
Blake?
Yeah, I have the Ravens winning this game, but after hearing your stat about the Carolina Panthers, I've been pondering it. That I just kind of want to go with the superstition and pick with Jacksonville.
I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. You know what I mean? Like I know you're feeling it.
Un poquito, and
I
like
know
I
you're
kind of want to
feeling
pick that. I feel like that'd be a good upset pick, and yeah, Lamar. I'm a pretty big Lamar fan. I do like Lamar Jackson. I think he's a lot better passer than people give him count for. But yeah, like I think Isaiah, you said. I mean, they're just such a run-heavy team that's like it's kind of hard to trust him. And whenever they start losing, I mean, he can't catch back up. He's terrible when it comes to being in a deficit. So if Jacksonville can come out firing, like if we get like an Agnew kickoff return touchdown or like a long Christian Kirk touchdown, like which is very possible because Agnew, man, like kick it away from him, man. Like he's dangerous. And like Christian Kirk, I mean, he has that big playability. If they can just start slinging it real quick and get them on their heels, throw away from Marlon Humphrey, they should be all right. This defense has been playing kind of out of their mind lately, but they still let up a lot of points. And Lamar Jackson, a lot of times, he does not play very good complementary football. And he'll just screw up, fumble it, and just like kill his team. It's always like in the red zone or on a terrible drive. Like that guy is a drive killer sometimes. So if you guys can get in his head and just like unleash Walker on him, man, I don't know, man. I think I'm going with Jacksonville, man. I think kind of talk myself. I think I'm going to Jacksonville on this one. I'm flipping my pick. I'm going Jacksonville.
Hell yeah!
I'll do it right now.
Just to clarify, I'm not taking anything away from Lamar Jackson's ability to throw the football. I'm just simply stating I don't feel that his team trusts him to throw the football in the way that they've designed the offense. I'm not saying that, just so any fans at home that happen to be a Ravens fan watching this show for some reason, I'm not taking away from Lamar Jackson's ability to throw a football. Just saying his team doesn't trust him to do so.
Yeah.
I
think that's fair to say. And with that, let's move on to a team that just made a decision about somebody who was throwing the football. Davis Mills and the Houston Texans. Davis Mills is benched against Miami this week. Kyle Allen.
They might fuck around and win a game now. That's crazy.
That's what's probably going to happen. Mostly because, look, Kyle Allen.
There's like no chance.
Bad take, man.
It's like a game, maybe. This game, no.
Look, I hear you. But like, Texans-Dolphins games are always really good. I don't know why. It's just
Arian
always
Foster magic.
Arian Foster. In the past, it was Andre Johnson. There was a game that the Texans had to come back down like 28, and they did. And Matt Schaub ended up scoring the game-winning touchdown as time was expiring because they just left the middle of the field wide open. For years, this has been an interesting game, and it's never been like on the occasion it's lopsided, but I would say more often than not, it is actually a very competitive game. Do I think the same thing today? No. Do I think realistically that the Texans have a shot to win any games? No. But I think Davis Mills and Kyle Allen, I think what's going to happen here is Kyle Allen's going to come out and play, and he's either going to do one of two things, obviously. He's either going to come out there and he's going to play like shit and play worse than Davis Mills, And then Lovie Smith is going to go out and have a press conference after the game and be like, y'all were asking for like 3 weeks about a quarterback change. We did that. You see what happened? You see what happened? Or
Anybody in
I don't know
Houston,
if you can play as shitty.
anybody in Houston with a jersey show up for practice Monday.
yeah, basically. Or the other option, he comes out there and he's serviceable enough to win against a team they definitely should not and would not have any business beating or being on the same competitive field with. But if that happens, I think that almost seals the fate that Lovie Smith gets fired. And with that, I'll open it up. Actually, no. With that, I'm going to go ahead and end this one because we got 3 minutes left. So, and with that, let's go ahead and open it up to you guys. Texans, Dolphins.
Yeah, I think the only way that the Texans win this is if they somehow get off to a lead and are able to lean on Pierce. But I just think that there's too much on the Dolphins for the Texans to keep up with. It could get ugly fast.
Yeah. And Stingley's not even going to be playing, I don't believe. So they're going to be down their, presumed number one corner. So
You got to keep with Hill and Waddle. I just don't see the Texans even being able to keep this one close.
yeah. I mean, we're kind of walking into a rough stretch here. I mean, outside of this Cleveland Browns game that's going to have Deshaun Watson coming back and playing his first game since, 2020. I don't know. We got the Chiefs coming up after that. So, I mean, we got some rough ones.
Old Deshaun Cosby.
That's probably what they should change his name to. But yeah, so anything else? Dolphins, Texans, Isaiah, Blake?
I feel like there's really not a lot. I think you guys are gonna get probably routed. I'm sorry. I don't see a lot. Really, at this point, just seeing what talent you got out there, really evaluating for next year. I'd like to see a lot of the young guys. Even I would take some of the vets that don't really have a whole lot of future with your team, and just throw in some young guys. See what you got. Start evaluating for next year. I think you guys are most likely almost 100% getting quarterback if you have the first, second pick overall in the draft. Which quarterback will that be? I don't know, but I think you guys are getting a rookie next year.
CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud.
I hope you guys get CJ Stroud, man. I think he's gonna be a great addition to the Houston Texans.
Yeah, bro. He's gonna be the next Zach Wilson.
Hey, at least he'll be getting laid, which is nice.
Hey, the ceiling's up here, but the floor is where he'll stay.
It's true. I don't know. I've been banging the table for Hendon Hooker, especially with his now torn ACL. Probably able to scoop him up later.
It's not gonna happen.
He's like a 12-year senior. He's definitely.
Yeah, you know why it's not gonna happen though?
Because I want it to happen.
Because you would pick him. So they're not going to pick him. It's
but
like
I said
what
that
Jacksonville
the Texans
fans
should draft Dameon Pierce, but
that's the thing though. Is like once in a blue moon, like causation's not correlation. Correlation and causation.
I'm not saying that because I say it's happening.
Let's like some dude the other day was like, oh, I wouldn't re-sign Josh Allen. I was like, exactly why the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to re-sign Josh Allen for too much money because we wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
but. No, I mean, Dameon Pierce, get him some yards, let him do his thing, try and pass the ball around. It's going to be a rough game. There's no one on that defense I feel confident coming anywhere close to Hill or Waddle. Two of the fastest players in the NFL on one receiving core really makes for a bad day, especially whenever, Waddle can do it too, but really Hill can turn any ball he touches into a touchdown, no matter how far the distance. It's gonna be a tough one, but hopefully you guys can at least keep it respectable. But if there's a game you guys are gonna get blown out in this year, this is gonna be the one. I mean, it's
mismatch
nightmare. and there might be some.
Hold on, we still play the Chiefs.
The Chiefs really have struggled this year against the AFC South, honestly.
Yeah, but the AFC South is not like the Texans are not like good though.
Yeah, but neither are the rest of the teams really. Besides the Titans' defense, that's about the only good thing about the division.
Hey,
And our running
look,
backs.
I'm not.
they're top 5, man. It's their offense. It's a dog shit.
But
I-
no,
I
I
look-
mean, yeah, this one could get ugly quick.
Yeah.
And I feel like it is going to get ugly quick, especially if they continue to feed Tyreek Hill like they have been. And Tua's had a really good season. I talked a lot of shit about Tua, but when you give him two of the fastest, most athletic receivers in the league, I mean, you know, obviously he can make things happen.
I mean, Tyreek Hill says he's the best quarterback he's ever played with.
Most
Oh yeah,
accurate.
well, Tyreek Hill was also saying that because the Chiefs wouldn't pay him. So
That's
he also
just
said there's no difference of the ball between a lefty and a righty, and I'm like, that's completely false. And yeah, he's just saying shit because he's on a new team and they paid him a lot of money. They're like, here's the no talking shit about Tua clause. Make sure you talk real good about him. He's like, oh, Patrick Mahomes, fuck that guy, Tua. He's
Yeah.
great. Oh,
I
look
would
at
much
him.
rather do this to us.
Yeah.
Patrick.
I would much rather get underthrown than overthrown. Ha ha ha. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Oh man.
it's just, I mean, you know, get Pierce some yards, let him continue to grow. You guys have some young guys on the line that could use some reps, but it's gonna be a bad game.
No, we don't.
Kenyon Green,
He's already going to be starting.
I know that. I'm saying he needs reps.
Right, but
He's
he's
not-
Gonna
he's
be
not
get-
gonna-
he's going to be getting those regardless. Everybody
No, I
else on
know,
the offensive
it's-
line is old as shit, though.
Yeah, but like AJ Cannon needs reps. You know,
No, he
AJ,
doesn't.
he's the freaking Texans Hall of Fame right guard right now. What are you talking about?
Nah,
He's
bro.
first ballot Texans Hall of Fame.
I don't know. I don't know about all that.
Ring of Honor.
So's Taylor Heineke, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move to the Monday night matchup: Indianapolis and Pittsburgh. Is it in Pittsburgh? I didn't look that up beforehand. No, it's in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Steelers are coming to Pittsburgh or to Indianapolis. Yeah, sorry, I still wanted to make it a
Steelers
home
on
game.
Pittsburgh.
They're staying at home. The Steelers are coming to Indianapolis, and they're going to try to make this an interesting game. I think this is a game that the Colts should win. The Steelers' offense at times this season has looked like absolute dog shit. Kenny Pickett at times. I'm being very generous, of course, but Kenny Pickett is a rookie, and he's doing rookie things. They're just kind of letting him grow through it, and that's kind of what you wanted to do. Maybe they were hoping he was going to be like Ben Roethlisberger, and he was just going to go 15-0 for his first, season, but not the case. So looks like Mike Tomlin is staring down his first losing season as a coach in the NFL at the head coach position. So this is just not, it's an atypical Steelers team. I don't like this matchup for them. I like the Colts. I like the Colts in this one. I think Jonathan Taylor and, Matt Ryan's new approach of nickel and diming to a fucking microscopic degree. Because, the man's like,
Frustrating degree.
it's like,
Are you disrespecting Matt Flyen right now?
Look, I'm not
When's
talking
the last
about
time your quarterback ran for 40 yards? Okay, just let Jeff talk about his
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
all right?
disrespecting the wheels.
Yeah.
I'm talking about his arm.
That's what I thought. He's
The
wheeling
man-
Andy.
We talk about the greatest rushing quarterback of all time.
Look, this
Jet
man throws
flying.
35 passes, completes 28
Limousine
of them,
riding,
and he's got
Wheeling, dealing.
197 yards.
son of a
Like,
gun.
It's like, bruh, you're throwing for like 3 yards of completion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably going to be enough to beat the Steelers. In all honesty, that the defense is going to do enough to keep them in the game. Jonathan Taylor will have to predominantly carry this team.
It's a game I think that could go either way, honestly, just because the Colts offense has been so bad, and it might come down to a missed or a made McLaughlin field goal. It's just that's the way pretty much this whole season has gone for them. But yeah, if they lean heavily on Jonathan Taylor, and I think I've seen Matt Ryan like put it over the top like once or twice in the last couple of games, and it's just been sideline throws. Even if it's 3rd and 12, he's throwing it 2 yards. It's just, dude, like put some air under the ball, man. it's getting a little bit aggravating. I don't know if that's by design or, if he just has a noodle arm.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen an injury report, but I think it's looking like Kwity Paye might be back, and he's our edge rusher, so that would be a welcome addition to get him back. Same thing with Jelani Woods. So instead of 2 receptions to our tight ends, we can get 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're gonna have to lean on Taylor, but not just run it on first down like they have been. Like almost every play after the first drive started with a Jonathan Taylor run middle for 2 yards, and it was so frustrating. Like throwing a pass on first down, and then have Taylor run out in space, do an outside handoff or something, just run between the tackles. They see it coming. But the Steelers have been not great this year, but I do see this as a very winnable game. I think I picked the Colts, but it's one of those games that if someone's going to Colt it up and let it slip, it would be this one. So I hope they get the win. I hope they get another win under Saturday, but it could go either way. I just hope Matt Ryan only passes like 15, 20 times and it's all on Taylor.
Yeah.
And that's how they're going to win. But I see it being pretty close. But it's one that could go to the Steelers if they keep making these mistakes.
Yeah. Isaiah, Blake?
Kenny, baby hands, Beretti, Pickett. That man's hands are woman hands, man. It's just
What is a woman?
I don't. What is a woman?
You do have the beard like Matt Walsh.
I just don't understand. Like, what was the thought process behind picking Kenny Pickett there? What was the thought process of trying to bring in Mitchell Trubisky and act like he's going to be the starter and like you like him and think he's a great quarterback? Like, I get trying to have like more of a veteran presence, but like, if you're going to put him in halfway through the season, just put him in. Like, there's no reason to do all this dancing around. I mean, George Pickens has been pretty good, but as much as it pained me to do it, I picked the Steelers to lose this game to the Colts. I picked the Colts to win this one. It was, as much as it really hurt me to tap that button, the Steelers suck. Their defense isn't even that good this year. I mean, they have T.J. Watt and the gang, and the gang is not very good. It's just a situation where as long as they can limit turnovers and Matt Ryan doesn't have one of his classic fumble blunders, it should be a decent game. I think Matt Ryan can throw more. It's just making sure people are open. Michael Pittman gets some underneath stuff. Maybe work Alec Pierce over the top for the 120-plus yard reception he gets per game, and then disappears into the ether. Having Jonathan Taylor run the ball, it definitely hurts that Hines isn't there because that kind of limits your backfield now at this point. I don't feel like what's his name? The dude they got from the Bills. I mean, he's not coming in. Zach Moss, right?
Zach
Yeah.
Moss,
Yeah, he's not coming in and freaking beating the world. I mean, Deion Jackson's pretty all right, but at the same time, I mean, is it Deion? That's his name, right? Deion Jackson? Yeah, weird. Anyways, but I mean, if the offensive line continues to play how they have been under Saturday, I mean, it should be a winnable game just because the Steelers suck. I actually kind of like the Steelers growing up, like as my second AFC team, whatever. But nah, dude, I think Colts are gonna win this one. As much as it pains me to say that, I don't really have much else to say besides that.
Blake?
Yeah, I'm going against all 3 of you guys. I actually have Pittsburgh, which it's not a super comfortable pick. I feel like this game may resemble the New England and New York Jets game from last week, where it's just like a bunch of nothing. It's all defense, but not really. It's just the offense can't get a drive together. I do think Jonathan Taylor does bring a lot more to the game than any of the other players on the Jets or the Patriots from last week. So you guys may have a higher score than 3-3 in the fourth quarter. But I'm going with Pittsburgh. I think they just need to force feed George Pickens. I think he can prove that he's that dude. So just keep throwing him the football. He's going to make these acrobatic catches. I feel like Kenny Pickett is very hesitant to make any kind of contested balls. And they need to. I think they need to. I'm not sure if it's him or it's the coaching staff that's like telling him not to go deep. But he's just like, he looks too scared. But I do think if they just force feed him Pickens, I think they could do well. Najee Harris is starting to look a little bit better. Hopefully he can get something going. But yeah, this offense is just garbage. I like the defense though. So I like the defense better than I like Indianapolis's offense. So I'm going with Pittsburgh here, but it's not going to be a great game. I'm not even sure if I'll really watch a whole lot of it on Monday, but we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Anybody got any final comments on the Colts and the Steelers? And of course, you, the viewer, need to leave your thoughts, feelings about all of what we've been saying in this entire episode in the comment section. No? All right. Because it is Thanksgiving, we're going to go around the panel here and say what we're thankful for. I will lead off. Thank God Davis Mills is on the bench. Thank God for my lady and my boy. And I got a cool job that people respect me at. So, anybody who wants to go next? All right, Blake, go.
I am thankful for my lady, of course, my beautiful wife. She's the best. I'm very thankful for her. Football-wise, I'm thankful. This is a terrible thing to be thankful for, but I am thankful that Caleb Farley is on injured reserve, and I did not see him. He's not giving up any more touchdowns for the rest of the year, so he's greatly improving. And I am grateful that Ryan Tannehill is the best quarterback in the AFC South.
Seems like you got duped on that last one.
Respecting Matty Wheels, man.
Yeah. All right, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm thankful. I'm also thankful for my lady, my two boys. Extremely thankful for Matt Pryor not being the starter at right guard anymore. That's always fun. And I've been under the weather, so I'm thankful for hard prescribed drugs and antibiotics.
Hell yeah. Amen to that. All right, Isaiah, round us out.
I'm thankful for the James Robinson trade. ETN's really stepped up since then. I'm thankful for Doug Peterson. What a great coach. He's adjusting. He's doing his thing.
Good.
That's about it. Football. I got a raise. That's cool. Thankful for that. But, football. Woo!
Hell yeah.
But,
Before we get off, Isaiah.
Fuck AJ Can. But what's up?
Isaiah, I got to ask you. You are going to the game this Sunday, correct?
I will be at the game this Sunday.
So, question for you: are you going to eat at this game?
So just to kind of lay this out here, and I mentioned it last week, I have never actually bought food from the stadium because it's so goddamn expensive.
Yeah.
I just get drinks, and it's kind of hard to like rat contaminate drinks because they're in like a plastic bag that's like sealed and everything. But no, I do not get food at the stadium. But that was before I knew about the rats. But yeah, maybe I might get something now just to kind of like test the waters. You know what I mean? See how my immune system's doing, and just make sure
We're all good.
Yeah, maybe that's why the stadium's always so empty. It's just that everyone there just killing off their fan base every time they eat there.
Well, I mean, I think they're doing that anyway because everybody who lives in Jacksonville is like 85 years old.
Yeah.
Just stay away from the Chinese food in there.
They gotta get the free meat.
they said rats, not cats, Jeff. Jeez.
They're not picky.
Oh my god! All right,
Terrible.
all right. Well,
Gato.
boys, I think that's going to be the end of this episode, episode 76. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you all for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming on and being a part of the show. And thank you all for watching. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. We are at 123 subscribers. Got to get 1,877 left. We also
subscribe.
got a 22 like goal. So if you're looking at the likes on this video and it's not 22, you can be a part of the thing that helps it get to 22, and that'll help other people get to see us. So,
And if you're at 22, go to 23 because Jordan.
that's true. What are you gonna do? Not click it because Jordan?
Yeah, and then when you're at 23, just go to 24 because RIP Kobe, and just go on and go on.
and then just never not click it. Okay.
Ever.
Be good people. Happy Thanksgiving. And thank you for watching and spending a little bit of your time with us. Be good people.